Hi, Dean Jenkins with FollowMeTrades.com, and I thought a great way to introduce my stock pick service was just to show some of the results. That's what matters. So I'm going to show you some of the trades that we're in right now, open trades. I'm going to show you some of the ones we've closed so far in 2016, and I'll even show you a couple of the losers. Some trades do lose. Now, we win a lot more than we lose, but as an educator, I see some people who just talk about how you're going to be a millionaire and stuff, and that's just not reality. Some trades do lose. We use risk management. We control it. So I'm going to show you some great trades that we're in right now, some ones we've closed this year. We got some nice profit on them, and I'll show you a couple of losers and how we manage that. So here, let's take a look. So here's the first trade I want to show you that we're in. This is gold, GLD, the ETF. And when the gold futures popped above 1113, and that corresponds here on the ETF to about 113, we got in this, saw it coming. It was a great pattern, and we've been in GLD for 24 days now, and just by buying the shares of the ETF, we're in a 5% profit. And if for those who are trading it with option contracts, are in a 49% profit. So I provide updates. You can either buy the shares or short the shares. We go long and we go short. And you can either buy the shares, short the shares directly, or I provide specs on option contracts as well. So you can trade it either way. And again, we're in this 5% profit on the shares and 49% profit on the option play on GLD. And since we were bullish on gold, we went looking for gold mining stocks, and here's one we found, and I published this to my subscribers. We went long on this. This is MUX, McEwen Mining. We got in this at $1.25. We've already sold 2/3 of our position on this. I use what's called scaling out. I take profit along the way, lock it in, control risk. But now we got in this at this blue line at $1.25. Our current stop's up here at 167. I had a target price at 182, and it's already well above that. It's at 194. And even with our scale outs along the way, we're at 40% profit on this trade so far in 31 days. And it could keep going higher. We'll just stay with this trend. But this is the value of reading the trend, having a clear method of managing risk, and knowing when these things are going to explode like this. So we're in MUX, and this is a great trade so far. The question now is not if we're going to make money. We've already made money. The question is how much are we going to make when it closes out, and that remains to be seen. But this is an awesome trade. Here's another stock we're in. This is Vale, V-A-L-E. This is a mining stock, not gold, but actually iron, bauxite, nickel, stuff like that. And the mining sector really looked like it was turning around. We saw clear technical evidence of that. It met my trading rules. We got in here at this blue line at 278, and it's just off to the races here. We've already moved our stop up almost at our break-even point. We've been in Vale for 16 days, and we're at 40% profit on Vale. We've already scaled out one time. So again, this is another case of not are we going to make profit, but how much profit are we going to make. Great trade. Again, the mining sector is looking great, and we're into another one here. This is FCX. We are in this one. We got in at 770. It's currently up at 911. We actually scaled into this, and we added on to our position because the indicators were right. We've moved our stop up. It was initially down here. Now we've moved it up, and we are sitting today at 12% profit on FCX. We've only been in this one a couple days, and it's looking great so far. So another really, really good trade, FCX. One more quick one that we're in right now. This is Joy, J-O-Y. We got in here at 1312, and we've only been in this one like 3 days. 3 days. It jumped up today over 20% because we saw a very clear technical pattern that it was getting ready to break out of a channel, and it did. And we're doing great on this. On the shares, we are at 12%, and we did play this one with an option as well. The option contract is at a 67% profit in just a couple days. And yeah, we do this with controlled risk. So our winners are bigger than our losers. We win a lot more than we lose, and we are consistently profitable, and that's how we do it. So now let me show you a couple of the trades we closed this year, ones that are already closed. And then we'll move on. I'll show you, like I said, a couple of the losers too. IR, Ingersoll Rand. So we were in this trade for 44 days. We got in here at this blue line, this cyan line, price went down, we scaled out. We scaled out of this one twice, and then we had trailed our stop down. We're just waiting for the trend to show that it was over and ultimately get stopped out. And that's what happened here on the 17th. So we got stopped out. We had a 10% profit on the shares if they were shorted directly, and a 34% profit on the options. So the next closed trade here is UTX, United Technologies. If you remember late last year, we went in and just got stopped out, had a really small loss, but the pattern continued, and so we went ahead and went back in again, and yeah, a really good thing we did. We got a nice trade here. We ended up, same thing. We had scaled out twice, got in at this cyan line. Our stop was down below our entry, and we're just letting it play out. And so we're out of this one now. We were in UTX 41 days. On the shares directly, made 5%, and on the puts we made 39%. So ABT, Abbott Labs, closed as well. We were in this one a little bit longer. We were in at 62 days, so just 2 months. We got in up here at this blue line, and we had trailed our stop down. We scaled out a couple times, and this one did go down into the target zone. We had our stop down here, and we finally got stopped out as it looks like the trend is bottoming out. So a really nice kind of textbook trade here on ABT, and we made 10% on the shares directly, and we made 96% on the put contract. So the first one here is FDX FedEx, and we got in here 144.72 at this cyan line. Thing just went straight down. We scaled out twice. We moved our stop. We were just waiting for a trend to tell us it was over. It was into my target zone. It was all good. Great trade. So we were in at 49 days. Got an 8% profit on the shares, 70% profit on the put option. The next one is MCHI. This is a China ETF. We were short on this. Again, we got in at 45. Went down. We scaled out twice. And we moved our stop, trailed it down, and we got stopped out. We were in this one a little bit longer, 74 days, made 12% on the shares, 132% on the put option. Remember, we rolled that option from the February contract, since we earned it a little bit longer, into the May contract, and we're out now, but really nice trade. So here's a trade that we actually lost. This is MRK, Merck. So we went short on this at this cyan line at 48.97. We had our stop here at 51.75, and we went short, went down a little bit, but then it went pretty much straight back up and stopped us out. So that happens. About 30% of the time trades lose. What's important is that we control the risk on every lose. We only go into a trade if we have the potential to make more than we lose. And in this case, we were trading this with a put option, and we lost $780 on a $100,000 account, so 0.7 loss. And the max we ever are willing to lose is 2% in a trade. But we control it really tightly. We get out pretty quickly if it's not going our way. So 0.7% account loss on Merck. So that was a loser. We had a loser earlier in the year on Starbucks. We went short on Starbucks. It went up, stopped us out. Again, that was a pretty small loss. It was an $1,100 loss on a $100,000 account. So 1.1%. Again, we never lose more than 2%. And year to date, the account is up over 12%. And I've showed you some of the ones we're in. As soon as those book and close, we're going to be up over 20% wins year to date. And we're just over 2 months into the year. So really excited about the trades we're in, and there are lots more coming. So thank you very much for watching this, and if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a note at dean@followmetrades.com.